Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. So, today, what we're going to do is an intermediate to advanced mobility for lower body, hips, legs. When I say intermediate to advanced, I mean for anyone who can comfortably do things like lunges, squats without assistance. So, if you don't need to hold onto a chair, if you don't need to do box squats, if you don't need to hold onto a wall, you can comfortably do lunges, squats, or shin boxes 90-90s, where we're on the floor and we're doing this without placing your hands down on the ground, then I I would say you can attempt this. Now remember, do your best, leave the rest. So what that means is you find yourself trying to attempt this workout and you're having a hard time with some of the exercises, reduce the intensity by reducing the distance that you move your body, reducing the amount of reps you do. So if I say we're going to do 12 and you're good at 8, do 8. It's okay. Do your best, leave the rest. Also, if there's some exercises that you find difficult doing within this workout, do not feel obligated to do them. You don't have to do the whole workout and you don't have to do it in one consecutive sitting. So if you find yourself doing 15 minutes, 10 minutes, then do that. Do your best, leave the rest. All right, so before we get started, make sure that you go to the pinned video at the top of my page with, and I have dogs and I give them lots of love, so yes, I'm covered in hair. But yes, the video at the top of my page that's pinned is the sensory warm up, and you don't have to follow along with the video if you've already done the warm up in the past and you already know it by heart. Do it before this though. We always want to input sensory information to strengthen that brain body connection before we start doing motor function movement. Okay, so you ready? Alrighty, we are going to start off with just making sure that I have the right things down. Oh, and a word of advice, music sometimes really helps when you're doing movement. Studies are showing that when you utilize music during movement, during exercise, you can actually make it feel easier. So I highly suggest put a playlist together. And I have multiple playlists for multiple types of movement. So the more easier, slow, gentle, I have something soothing, calm, chill. And for the more intense, like we're gonna do, just things that make you feel like you want to kick ass. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off tabletop to downward dog child's pose. Okay, we're gonna do 8 of these. Make sure that you can see me. All right, we're gonna start tabletop, hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. We're gonna curl those toes under because we're going to raise the booty, shift the chest towards the thighs. Okay, we want to be pushing against the floor. Try to get those heels down, but if they don't come down, that's okay too. Now we're going to come back down, widen the knees, bring the feet together behind you, press the chest down, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back to tabletop, curl those toes under, lift the booty. We're going to increase the speed. Before we do that, I'm just going to shift the microphone. Curl the toes under, lift the booty up. You're in downward dog. So that's 2. Come down, child's pose. Back up, curl the toes under, bring the booty up. If you can, each time, each rep, try to deepen the stretch. So we're not really pushing too hard into resistance, but for each time we come down, we're going to try to bring those heels down a little further, the chest closer to the thighs. Bring the knees down. Come down. Curl the toes under, up. We have 3 more. child's pose. Curl those toes under. Come right up into that downward dog. By the way, shifting your feet around. See how I did that? Bring the knees down, shifting the feet and the hands around to find a comfortable position. Totally okay, totally normal. Back to tabletop. We have two more. One, come down. Make sure you're breathing. Last one. Tabletop. Curl the toes under. Downward dog. Now we're going to hold that child's pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, how do you feel? So this is a little bit of a warm-up. So don't be scared. If you ever have to come down into child's pose and just hang out there, do that. Hydrate. Hydrate your majestical glowing skin. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a lunge to our downward dog. How do we do that? I shall show you. Making sure that you can see me. All right. Tabletop. Curl the toes under. Push the chest back. Bring the heels down. We're going to bring one foot to the center line. So the foot should be in between both hands. Release the other leg. Slide it up. We're not squaring the hips. We're going to allow the hips to externally rotate. We're going to kick the booty. We're going to take that leg. And we're going to bring it to the side. Boom. Lunge. Now, I would like for you to come down here. But if you're here, if you're up a little further, that's okay too. Okay, so we're here. Let's try to get here. We're going to push back into that downward dog. Okay. Bring the other foot to the center line. Raise the opposite leg. Externally rotate that hip. Kick the booty. Bring the leg to the other side. Boom. That's one. Push back into downward dog. Switch sides. Up. Kick. Bring down. Boom. Oop. Back into downward dog. Push back into downward dog. Other foot comes into the center line. Boom. So we're alternating these. Instead of doing one leg at a time, we're alternating. Shift the foot. Bring the other leg back. Kick. Boom. Alternate feet. Shift. Kick. Come into lunge. Each time you come into a lunge, try to deepen it. Bring the other foot up. Kick the booty. Lunge. Bring the foot back. Raise the other leg. Kick. Lunge. Back to downward dog. Shift. Lift. Kick. Lunge. Downward dog. Lift. Kick. Lunge. We're going to do 2 more. Lift. Kick. Lunge. Back to downward dog. Shift. Lift. Kick. Lunge. Downward dog. 1 more time. Lift. Kick. Lunge. Downward dog. Shift that foot. Lift the leg. Kick. Boom. Back to downward dog. Tabletop. Wide knee child's pose. And hold. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's walk our hands over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk your hands over to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come out of that. How does it feel? Your heart's racing a little bit. You feel more warm. We're activating all the muscles in our body. I know It's lower body, but I know we're doing lower body today, but the downward dog is just so beneficial. I love including that as part of the warm up so that our whole body gets warm, not just our lower body. We're going to shift to just lower body movement. We're going to do some sumo squats, plyo squats, and then we're going to move into Cossack squats. Okay, so hydrate. All right. So if you've never done squats before, I do have a strength training lower body tutorial. So I do have strength training for upper body, lower body, and core, which breaks down fundamental movements like push-ups, squats, Cossack squats. I even have a Cossack squat tutorial that's separate, and you can find. I have playlists of everything. So if you want to find something specific, you can look at a playlist and you can find that particular workout or tutorial. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in. So, for a regular squat, our feet tend to be about shoulder width apart, and we come down as far as we can go, ass to grass, right? But we are going to widen the squat, okay? So, a plie squat would have us turn out this way. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our feet facing forward, and we're going to be pretty wide, like that. We're going to keep that chest nice and raised. We're going to bring that booty back. I like to keep my hands in front. It's kind of like a reminder, keep the chest raised. And then we're going to come down. Full range of motion. Okay? So if you're here, that's okay, be here. If you're here, cool. Your best, leave the rest. 1. I do 8. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Bring the hands down, come into a nice wide forward fold, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do them again. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, and let's go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. By the way, snap, crackle, pops, as long as it's not accompanied with pain, perfectly normal. Place the hands down, bring the booty up. Nice wide forward fold and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, before we come up, we're going to take those feet and rotate them out. Boom. About 45 degrees. If you can go a little further, then go a little further, but I like to remain at about 45 degrees. We're going to slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time so we don't get dizzy. Soften the knees. Bring the hands forward. And we're going to come down into a nice little plie squat. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the hands down. Shift the feet so you can come into this nice little forward fold and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the knees. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. 1 more set of plie squats. Hands come forward. And we're going down. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. You got this. 7, 8. Come down, forward fold, grab the elbows, shift from side to side. And breathe. Melt into it. If you're here, that's okay. Be here. Soften the knees and just bend the legs a little bit and shift side to side. You can straighten them. That's cool too. Do your best. Leave the rest. Okay, we're going to go ahead and come down to the mat and you're going to take a breather. How do you feel? Check in with yourself. If they felt really good and you feel like it, start over from the beginning and do each exercise again as your second set. If they feel really good after 8 and you can continue, do 12. So remember, if you ever want to progress, start with adding more repetitions to your one set. So I always start with 8. They feel really good, do 10. Still feel good, do 12. Still feel good, rest, do another set of 12. See how you feel. So you are more than welcome to rewind and do each exercise over again. I'm going to go ahead and continue. So the next thing that we have is Cossack squats. So Cossack squats are they can be confusing for some people. Is it a side lunge? Is it a squat? So the reason that this particular movement is a squat is because we are basically what we're doing is squatting on one leg with the other leg extended next to us. Whoop. Bees. So a side lunge would be more in this plane, which is, so this is the frontal plane, this is the sagittal plane. A side lunge would be more in the sagittal plane. A squat is going to be also in the sagittal plane, but instead of relying on, so with a lunge, we're relying on that back leg more so than the front. This is where we're getting all the action. But with a Cossack squat, the front leg, the side leg that is bending, that's where all our weight is going. This leg is a supporting leg. I hope that made sense. So we're going to have a very wide stance. Okay. Whew. Let me catch my breath a little bit. Hands in front because we're going to maintain that elevation in the chest, facing forward. We're going to bend the leg that we're working with. We're going to do 8 on one side, 8 on the other. We're shift that booty, that weight. We're going to shift it back. And we're just going to come down this far, okay? I'm going to come up, okay? We're just going to feel it out. So that's 2. That's 3. We're going to do one more like this. We're going to come up. We're going to try to increase the distance between our feet. We're going to try to release the leg that is the supporting leg so that the foot can come up a little bit. We're going to be rocking on that heel. So when we shift the weight over, we'll rock on the heel and we'll shift back using full range of motion. And then we'll come up. Ooh, spicy. I know. Okay, so we'll make that 5. We'll do 3 more like that. 6, 7, 8. Come up, forward fold. Walk your hands to one side and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk over to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet in together a little bit It's a little challenging rolling up when the legs are so far apart. One vertebrae at a time. Shift those legs out. Now we're going to move to the other leg. So to get the feeling, we're just going to bend this leg, bring the booty back, and stop here. 1. Shift the booty back, maintain that elevation in the chest. 2. 3. We'll do one more. 4. Now we're going to unanchor that foot and we're going to rock on that heel. So we're going to come down. That it allows us better range of motion. So 1, we're going to do 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. Woo! Bring the feet in. Come down into a forward fold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk over to the leg that we were working with. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk over. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the center. Bring the feet in just a little bit more. Slowly roll up. Okay, how did that feel? A little more challenging? That's to be expected. We are increasing intensity by using our body weight just on one leg. The other leg is just there to make sure we don't fall over. It is like a one-legged squat. We are probably doing movement that we're not used to, that is more challenging to our brains as well. You might have the strength and the mobility and the range of motion, but our brain, sometimes when it's not used to certain movement, will make it feel so much more difficult. And the purpose for that is so that we could be more intentional and more focused on what it is that we're doing with our bodies, so that our brain can feel safer. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do are shin boxes. So, shin boxes. You've probably seen me do a windshield wiper type movement like this. Or you've probably even taken some of the lower body and we've done this. We're going to add by pushing up forward and then taking a step. I'll guide you through the movement. I'm going to turn you guys this way so you can see. You can see me. So, by the way, shifting on your booty forward and back, totally normal. Just shift back. So we're going to come into this position. Okay? Our legs are staggered in front of us. One leg bent, the other leg next to it bent. This is stag position. Okay? We're going to anchor the feet. The feet are not going anywhere. We're going to brace our core, anchor the feet, roll the knees up and over. So we're just stagged on the other side. We're going to, I'm just going to shift this way so you can see. We are going to push the booty up. Okay? So we're going to come up and you're going to feel the weight on this leg, on this knee, and this back leg. This back leg. Okay? Your booty comes forward and you're going to activate those glutes to come up. You're going to lean on the leg that's in front and bring the back foot to the front. Is it going to look hella pretty in the beginning? No, that's okay. You best leave the rest. I like to use full range of motion when I come forward. So I come in this nice little lunge, this lean. I push back, swing this leg behind me, bring the booty down. Anchor the feet, roll the knees over, push up. If you need to use your hands, utilize your hands. Anchor that front leg, take the back leg, swing it up, push forward into a lunge. We're going to push that leg back, bring the booty down, anchor the feet, roll the knees up and over, push the booty up, boom. Bring the foot back, anchor, roll. If you need to, pause and figure it out. Do that, okay? We're here. Push forward. Back leg becomes the front leg. We come into this lunge, swing it behind. See, I lost my balance a little bit. That's okay. Booty comes down, anchor the feet, swing, push up, boom, back, anchor, roll, push, lunge, swing back, anchor, roll, push, lunge. We're gonna do one more each side. Swing that leg back, bring the booty down, anchor the feet, push that booty forward, come into that lunge, bring that back. One more time on this side. Boom. Push back. Woo! Bring the feet together. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Inhale, and on the exhale, gently come down, pressing slightly into resistance. When I say slightly, I mean like a 3 or 4 out of 10. So a 10 is you're pushing into pain. There's so much resistance. A 3, 4 is you feel the resistance. You're kind of feels good because you're getting a good stretch. And this is where I'm at. We're going to release. Okay. Hydrate. Don't forget to drink your water or whatever liquid is refreshing to you at the moment. I do not discriminate unless it's alcohol and that you shouldn't be drinking while we're working out. But if that's your thing, don't mind me. I'm just really hot right now. All right. The last thing that we're going to do is we got one more exercise. Remember, if you want to get another set in, you can always pause it, get your set in, or follow along with me by rewinding. But we're going to move along. This is the last thing we're going to do. Boom. Don't hate me. I told you it was intermediate advanced. We're going to get those booty cheeks up and out of the way. Right now, all we're going to do is we're going to roll those knees back. We're going to push the chest forward, and we're going to tilt that pelvis underneath us. And then we're going to roll under, pushing the chest back, rounding the back out. Push that thoracic spine forward, tilt the booty up, activate those knees. We're going to come forward using full range of motion. And then we're going to come back up all the way down. Now we're not going all the way down. We're not trying to work out our core. We're trying to work out these hip flexors. You need to bring your hands out for counterbalance. Do that as well. We're going to pull forward, bring that chest forward, get that pelvis up to the sky, activate those knees, and see if you can come down a little bit further. Using your muscles, bring yourself up. But there ain't no shame in the game if you need to put your hands down for support. We're going to roll that booty under. We're going to relax those legs. And then we're going to push that chest forward, tilt the pelvis underneath us, and then we're going to come down. Everything's activated. I'm using my muscles to bring me back up. We're going to do this one more time. Push the chest back. Tilt that booty underneath you. It should be turning like this, up to the sky. The sky, chest is forward. We're going to try to come down a little bit further. Boom. Using our muscles, we're coming up. Bring the feet together. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Inhale. On the exhale, reach and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what our straddle split looks like since we're here. We're going to bring our legs out. into that comfortable straddle. We're never pushing into pain. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Same concept. Booty tilted up towards the sky. Chest push forward as much as you can. Legs are activated. Knees should be doing their best they can to face the back of the room. We're going to inhale and exhale a couple times. We're going to use external motivation, our sight, to enhance our range of motion. So you're going to look for a spot past where you could reach before. When you feel calm and ready, on the exhale, reach for it. Do not push into pain. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Y'all made it. Gently come out. Bring those feet in. Get the booty cheeks up and out of the way. Inhale. And on the exhale, come down into that nice little butterfly stretch, allowing your back to round out here in this nice little lumbar area. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of it. You survived. You did it. How do you feel? If you feel really good and you want to do it all over again, you can go ahead and do a second set. If not, that's okay too. I'm done. All right, so what to look out for in the next week is chair mobility. Also, somebody recommended doing small bite-sized, like 10-15 minute workouts for like mobility. If you sit for long periods of time, you work, you have a hectic schedule, and I thought that was great. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. But to add to that, any of my workouts, as long as they're not like this intermediate advanced where you need a warm up, the gentle beginner mobility, any of those drills can be utilized throughout the day separately. You don't have to warm up. You don't have to do the whole sensory warm up beforehand. If you find that the hand drills, the finger drills, the wrist drills, the thoracic drills, if you enjoy those, you don't have to sit and do the whole workout. You could take whatever drills you enjoy doing and just implement them in your lifestyle, in your day. And remember, if you have any concerns or questions, feel free to hit me up. You can always message me or comment under any one of these videos. All right, that's it for me today. I hope you all have a beautiful symptom-free day, and thank you for joining me.